Welcome to another Demonic Sweaters live stream. We're going to get started here in a little bit, but before we do, be sure to check out my record label, which is anthillrecordings.bandcamp.com. This is the best way to support what I do here on this channel. You can go there and pick up something by Demonic Sweaters or Minnesota or basically anything on the entire label. We sell CDs, vinyl, t-shirts, and lots of cool merch that you can check out there, so that's anthillrecordings.bandcamp.com. Oh, by the way, did you know that I teach drum lessons? If you're interested in learning more about drum lessons, message me on Instagram at demonic_sweaters. Did you know that almost all of Demonic Sweaters music is available on all the streaming services? You can check it out there if you don't want to buy something. By the way, have you subscribed yet? Please do. Do you want to try to play drums to some of these songs by yourself? You can pick up drumless versions of all of these songs you hear on my streams on the drumless library, which is available at anthillrecordings.bandcamp.com. It currently has 33 songs for only $15. Each song has the BPM and the time signature listed, so all you have to do is drop them into your DAW of choice, and you can play along just like I do on these streams. That's only $15 for 33 songs. That's a lot of content to practice to. You can also pick up individual songs for $1 a piece, but I highly recommend picking up the full version because every time I add new content to the drumless library, you'll get that 100% for free. All you have to do is return to anthillrecordings.bandcamp.com and you can download all the new songs once you purchase the full-length version. Again, you can pick up the drumless library at anthillrecordings.bandcamp.com. It's available exclusively there and only there. And please stay tuned. Today's stream will be starting shortly. Welcome to another Demonic Sweaters live stream. We're going to get started here in a little bit, but before we do, be sure to check out my record label, which is anthillrecordings.bandcamp.com. This is the best way to support what I do here on this channel. You can go there and pick up something by Demonic Sweaters or Minnesota or basically anything on the entire label. We sell CDs, vinyl, t-shirts, and lots of cool merch that you can check out there, so that's anthillrecordings.bandcamp.com. Oh, by the way, did you know that I teach drum lessons? If you're interested in learning more about drum lessons, message me on Instagram at demonic_sweaters. Did you know that almost all of Demonic Sweaters music is available on all the streaming services? You can check it out there if you don't want to buy something. By the way, have you subscribed yet? Please do. Do you want to try to play drums to some of these songs by yourself? You can pick up drumless versions of all of these songs you hear on my streams on the drumless library, which is available at anthillrecordings.bandcamp.com. It currently has 33 songs for only $15. Each song has the BPM and the time signature listed, so all you have to do is drop them into your DAW of choice, and you can play along just like I do on these streams. That's only $15 for 33 songs. That's a lot of content to practice to. You can also pick up individual songs for $1 a piece, but I highly recommend picking up the full version because every time I add new content to the drumless library, you'll get that 100% for free. All you have to do is return to anthillrecordings.bandcamp.com and you can download all the new songs once you purchase the full-length version. Again, you can pick up the drumless library at anthillrecordings.bandcamp.com. It's available exclusively there and only there. And please stay tuned. Today's stream will be starting shortly. Welcome to another Demonic Sweaters live stream. We're going to get started here in a little bit, but before we do, be sure to check out my record label, which is anthillrecordings.bandcamp.com. This is the best way to support what I do here on this channel. You can go there and pick up something by Demonic Sweaters or Minnesota or basically anything on the entire label. We sell CDs, vinyl, t-shirts, and lots of cool merch that you can check out there, so that's anthillrecordings.bandcamp.com. Hey there, everybody. Happy Lunar New Year. It is the year of the tiger. This is Demonic Sweaters. And let me get my phone out of my pocket. Should have done that before I started. Justin, a.k.a. Demonic Sweaters, here with another live stream. This week is going to be a lot of fun. Have another new song for you guys this week, as well as the new ones I played last week. Hopefully I'll be able to play them a little bit better this week. Yeah. How's everybody doing out there? I see several of you already on. Say hi in the chat. Let me know where you are, what you're up to, what country you're in, etc. Just making sure everything is working here. All right, all that seems to be good. So, yeah, Year of the Tiger. You know, I just figured I'd have fun with this. Why does my browser constantly wants to reopen after I close it? Anyway, just thought I would have fun with this today. I have some special stuff planned for you guys, as well as this. I kind of put this together last minute, but it actually sounds pretty cool, which is like this Chinese-inspired song for the new year. That's like kind of, I just made it quickly in GarageBand out of the. They have like all these like Chinese instruments that you can download for iOS. And loops and stuff like that. So I made something out of that. I'm going to play that a little bit later on. Once more you guys get on here. And, yeah, just say hello in the chat. Let me know what's going on. Hey, Continuum. How's it going, man? Thanks for coming on the stream. I've been enjoying your drum covers. Very good stuff. And your collection of converted electronic or DIY e-drums are really awesome. Great work on all of those. So let me go ahead and get started on something. I'm going to open up my. Oh wait, that's not what I want. I need to open my camera switcher here, and then I'm going to play. I'm going to start off today with a Minnesota song. And if you don't know, Minnesota is one of my other projects. It's still just me. Well, occasionally I'll have a guest with Minnesota. But it's a different sound than Demonic Sweaters. Demonic Sweaters is more synthesizer heavy, and or sometimes it's like kind of rock, but it's a lot more experimental. Whereas Minnesota, I think, is kind of like more mellow and just kind of relaxing and a little bit of world type sounds in there too. So you'll hear it here in a second. So I'm going to start off with a song by Minnesota called Gemstone. So here we go. Okay, that was Gemstone off of Minnesota's second album, As the Sun Rises. You can stream that on all the streaming services. And actually, if you like Minnesota, you can also get the first oops, camera switched, and there's a bunch of dust on there. The first Minnesota album on 180-gram vinyl, which you can see right here. And these are only $10 at anthillrecordings.bandcamp.com. There's a link in the description. And you can get all kinds of stuff down there, too. Demonic Sweater stuff and everything. So, let's see. Adam Price. Hello from United Kingdom. That's very cool. Thanks for coming on the stream. And thanks, Continuum Drums, for the applause there. Let's see. How about a new one? A newer one. I played it one other time last week, but we'll do it again. This is called Dandelion Queen, brand new song. All right, that was Dandelion Queen, brand new song. You can stream that on all the streaming services. Well, maybe just Spotify now. I don't think it's made it to the other ones just yet. But yeah, celebrating Year of the Tiger, Lunar New Year today. Got the backdrop, got the tiger shirt, got the tiger stuffed animal. I found this at Walmart, of all places. The tiger stuffed animal. I had it last week, too. I kind of put it there early, but I think it's pretty cool. Bertoon, hey, thanks for coming on the stream again. Thank you so much. Great to see so many of you guys coming back. I really love that. That's very, very, very nice. Makes me feel very good. And thanks, man. I'd like, yeah, that's a new one. And I gave the story of it last week. It was kind of pieced together over like several years, basically. But it ended up coming out pretty cool, I think. And that one was done in GarageBand on iOS. A lot of the like new stuff I've been doing since I got a new iPad, I've just been doing it all on there because I'm just having so much fun with that thing. So let's see if we can get it up to, let's get it back up to at least 10 live viewers, and then I'll do the special Lunar New Year song that I came up with, just Year of the Tiger, I guess is what it's called. And then we'll play that. So let's get it up to 10 viewers. Share this stream if you want. That would help me out. And we're here live on Facebook, YouTube, where else? Twitch. And Twitch, actually, thank you for all the recent followers on Twitch. If you're watching on Twitch, oh, we got 10. Now there's 10. There's 10 back. Okay, so let's do it. I'll give the Twitch thanks afterwards. All right, this is a special track that I made just for Lunar New Year, Year of the Tiger. Here we go. All right, that was the Year of the Tiger. Special track for Lunar New Year. Maybe I'll hit that one again later on. That one's a lot of fun to play. I just made it like literally minutes before doing this stream, just out of loops and stuff in GarageBand. But yeah, it's pretty fun. I love all that. What I did is I made, I created all the different loops and recorded the sequence and then deleted all the drum tracks out of it. Well, except for like some of the percussion stuff, so I could add my own drums back in. And all right, so what was I saying? Oh yeah, Twitch. So thanks again to everybody who's been following me on Twitch recently. I actually, because of you guys, now I'm a Twitch affiliate, which is cool. So I really don't know a whole lot about Twitch, so I don't really know exactly what that means. I know I can make money somehow now, but I think it's like, it's very different from YouTube. And YouTube is where I really focus most of my energy, but I do simultaneously stream to Twitch too. And I believe you have to subscribe to me there and, and do that, and I think you basically pay a monthly fee to make some money, to give me some money. But I don't know. I set it up a long time ago, so I don't even know how much it is. So admittedly, I am not the best Twitch streamer. I'm going to try to get better at it now since, like I said, since I have the affiliate status now on Twitch. Well, I really have no idea how I got it. I just kept doing this, and eventually I guess I hit all the stats, that you need to get to become a Twitch affiliate. So let's see. Match yours like, Continuum says, match yours like a fist to the eye background. I don't quite get it. Maybe you're voice texting. The tiger background? Match yours like a fist. I don't know. Try to reword that or something. I'm not exactly sure what you mean. Oh, you mean like a tiger? Tiger claw? Take a drink of coffee here. So, sometimes you guys who watch this stream pretty often probably hear me talk about TV shows and movies and stuff quite a bit that I like to watch. And one that I just watched that I know it was trending on Netflix, so maybe some of you have seen it already, is Archive 81, the series. And I really liked that. That was really, really cool. Probably my favorite thing I've seen in a while. It reminded, it has that like X-Files vibe to it, or Fringe, Like 2 shows I really loved, especially the X-Files. I liked Fringe a lot too. So, it's just like kind of mysterious, unexplained events. But it's not so vague. It's a very specific thing. I don't want to give any spoilers away. So I think you should just watch it. It's called Archive 81 on Netflix. And I watched the whole thing and really, really enjoyed it. And I read some people online didn't really like the last episode, but don't even read anything. Because I really liked the last episode too. I liked all of it. Oh, the Tiger song with the Tiger background match, says Continued Drums. Yeah, totally. That was the idea. The Chinese New, because today, if you don't know, is the Lunar New Year, Chinese New Year. And if you're in other parts of the country, in the U.S., it's probably something that just goes by and you never notice. But in New York City, it's kind of a big thing because there is a huge Chinese population here, like really huge. And I work in Brooklyn, Chinatown, actually. Where I teach drums is in Brooklyn, Chinatown. So, like, 100% of my students are Chinese. So, and partially why I have this kind of, I see a lot of this stuff where I am all the time. So it's like it rubs off on me, like all the Chinese stuff that I'm around constantly. And it's really cool. I love they have so many beautiful, like, dancing and, like, artwork and stuff that the celebration and the dragons are just really amazing. Like if you go down to Chinatown, when they have the parade and they have the big dragons, like going through all the different restaurants and stuff, it's really cool. Just a really, really cool thing to see. Bertoon, saw that on there, but I need to finish Ozark first. Yeah, I got through the first few episodes of the new season of Ozark, and I'm already exhausted. Like, that show is like the most mentally draining show since Breaking Bad, like totally. I mean, it's a great show, and Jason Bateman is phenomenal, and so is the rest of the cast on there. But it's just like, it just drains you emotionally because it's so messed up. Yeah, but it's a good show. Very good. Very well done. Oh, I almost took a drink I almost spilled coffee all over my mic. All right, let's do another one. Another new one. I love these new ones. Or maybe I should do an old one. I did that last week, too. I kept saying, I want to play a new one, and then I play an old one. Because I like to space them out, All right, let's do another Minnesota song. Sure, why not? Let me pick the right kit here. Haven't done these in a while, so where is it? There it is. All right, this one is called As the Sun Rises. It's the title track off of the album As the Sun Rises. And this one is probably my favorite Minnesota song. I feel like this should be a theme song to something. I don't know what exactly, but I think it's got theme song vibes. Anyway, here we go. As the Sun Rises. right, that was As the Sun Rises by Minnesota, my other project. And Bertoon said he really liked that one. Continuing Drum says, you can hear the sun rising. Thanks so much, guys. That is really awesome. I appreciate those comments a lot. Yeah, that one, if you are interested, like that song, I created entirely in a YouTube video originally. Though, let's see, what is the name of it, of the video? I think you might be able to find it if you just search As the Sun Rises on my channel. It's going to be one of those. If it's not titled that, I'll have to put that in there so you guys can find it. But I just woke up one day and I was like, what am I going to make a video about today? And I was like, I'll just make a song and make a video about making the song. And so that's what I did. But the original drum track, like there's a couple different versions of that song. The original drum track on the video, I used my old TD-11 module, which sounded pretty good, but the TD-11, you know, is really old. And then when I did, that came out on the original version, but then when I did the deluxe edition, I re-recorded the track with my acoustic drums. And that's on the As the Sun Rises Deluxe edition. And I really like the acoustic version. Like, it really sounds much more dynamic with the acoustic drums. Though, this kit, I programmed this kit specifically for the Minnesota songs that I play on these streams on the TD6. And yeah, speaking of that, I forgot to mention, switch back to the TD6 completely. I just unhooked the TD-11 altogether and actually sold it. It sold really fast. It sold like within minutes of me putting it on reverb. And I like the TD-11, don't get me wrong. I just like the TD6 better. I don't know. It's like, even though it's older, it just has more sounds, and I find them to be more appealing to me, all the different sounds. Like, there's a lot in there, and they have, not only are there a lot of different sounds to choose from, like, they just have this nice, full mid-range to them. Even though I would say that the TD-11 has a more realistic sound, there's something about the TD6, I just really like the tone of it. Anyway, let's do, okay, so now I'm going to really do a new one. And this one's brand new. You guys, well, maybe have heard bits of it on, you know, other YouTube videos. I put little tiny bits of it in some other videos. But this one is called Ant Dance. And this one's also I made in GarageBand on the iPad. Sorry, I needed a drink of water. And this one's a lot of fun. On this one, I play my K-pop kit. And that's another thing I really like about the TD6 is there's a lot of different like electronic, like very electronic-y sounds that you can choose from. And I like using drum sounds like that sometimes. Anyway, so this one is called Ant Dance. Here we go. All right, yeah, brand new track called Ant Dance, and that one's on Spotify. You can stream it there. All these new songs are just coming out as singles. They're on Spotify, so you can check them out on there. And Mountain Bushcrafters Alliance MBA. Yes, 100%. Thank you so much. Randy Hanley, great work, man. Solid. Thank you so much. Thank you guys for coming on and chatting and watching the stream. Really means a lot. Really means a lot. I don't know what that voice was supposed to be. Let's see. What can we do next? Let's do an older one. Not too old, but kind of oldish. How about you guys want to rock? Let's rock. Let's do Taurus. That one rocks. Which kit should I use in there? I've never tried this one in Taurus. I think it would work. This kit I originally programmed for the song Antimatter Is, but it's pretty heavy sounding, and I think this would work in a heavy rock song. So that's what I'm gonna do. And if anybody has any questions or comments or anything and just want to talk about whatever, feel free to post in the chat, and we'll talk about it when I get done playing the song. All right, this song is called Taurus. It's on the Driving Songs EP as well as on Earth Asylum LP. So here we go. All right, that was fun. That was Taurus off the Driving Songs EP. And I don't know if this is all this tiger stuff around me, but I'm feeling energized. Like I feel like an electricity today. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's all the tiger imagery. It's getting in my soul. That sounded like Bruce Campbell right there. It's getting in my soul. Hail to the king, baby. I love Ash. Rock on, continuum. Burtoon has to be one of my favorites. Thank you. And excellent says Mountain Bushcrafters. Thanks, guys, so much. I really, really appreciate the comments. And I saw this Randy Hanley ask what kind of trigger setup. So this triggers, and actually I've been forgetting to mention this. I switched things up a bit. Let me catch my breath here. My internal trigger that I made on the bass drum before broke. It just completely fell apart and stopped working. So I switched over to the Yamaha. This is the Yamaha kick drum trigger, which works really well. Now, I have something to mention about that trigger as well as the one. Oh, thank you so much, Randy. Thank you so much, man. So the one on my snare is a 2-box dual zone snare trigger. So these two triggers actually work incredibly well, but you have to know how to put them on there. The 2-box trigger, if you take the trigger and you mash it down on the head and then tighten it up, it sucks. That's not how you're supposed to do it. These ones, you basically just lay them on there and put them on, like, so the clip is right at the top of the rim of the hoop, and then it works, like, absolutely perfectly. I have not had a external trigger work this well. Just rim, rim, and it's, like, always perfect. The dynamics are really good. And then the same goes with the Yamaha kick drum trigger. And when I first got the Yamaha kick drum trigger, I didn't think it was that great because I kept mashing it on the head. But if you just put it on there, to where the sensor is touching the head and then you tighten it on the rim, then it works really, really good. No issues. Perfect stuff, both of them. And then on the toms, I have ddrum redshots, which are the old standby. I love redshots. They work good on everything except for the kick, unless you have a really small kick. I have a 14-inch Tama too that I use. I'm just poking my tiger in the butt. I was trying to move his tail out of the way. But I have a 14-inch Tama kick drum on my other Club Jam, the Flyer, and the redshot trigger works good on that because it's small enough. But on anything bigger than that, they kind of suck. But the redshots on the toms and snare are both really good. They're just single zone though, but they're very reliable. And work really well. And it's all external triggers. I'm not using any internal triggers. I did have a Roland snare for a little while. Well, I still have it. But since I got this, the 2-box trigger set up right, there's no need to even use the Roland. In fact, it works better than the Roland snare with that 2-box on there. And all the heads are Drumtech, real feel heads, which aren't as good as I thought they'd be, honestly. No offense to Drumtech. I love those guys. I mean, they're pretty good. They're 80% as good as I thought they would be. My biggest issue with them is, well, for one, the hoops are a little weird. Like, they're not quite the right size. Like, the one for they sent me 2 different heads, too, for the floor tom. In order to fit it in the hoop, to where it was actually, like, fitted in there, I had to take the hoop off of the drum, lay it on the floor, put the head in there, and stand on it to get that thing to go up inside of that hoop. So I'll probably never get that out of there. But it did work eventually. And that's the only one where I've had the problem. So it only seems to be a problem on the 14 inches. And then the other thing that's weird about them is the inner layer, like they're 3-ply heads. The inner third ply is really loose. And that can cause some triggering weirdness, especially if you're trying to trigger from the inside, which I'm not now. But when I was on the bass drum, because that inner ply is so loose, it doesn't make a good contact with the trigger. So yeah, but they're very durable and they feel nice. They're supposed to feel like real drum heads, which I think they do. They feel pretty darn close. Jonah Singh asked if first I missed the Slayer cover thing from Mad Glotus. I don't know any Slayer songs, nor do I play covers usually. I mean, occasionally I do, but I don't usually take requests. Sorry, guys. Burtoon, are they loud without the triggers? Not really. No, I mean, you can hear them. I mean, they sound like they sound like V drums, you know, because I also have mesh heads on the bottoms too, and that makes things quieter if you have all mesh heads basically on the front and or on the top and bottom, and that makes them a lot quieter. But yeah, they're fairly quiet. I mean, they don't. My next door neighbor, I'm actually like the guy downstairs hates me, but the guy across, like next to me, like we've become kind of friends, and he's a violin player, and he said he can't hear me at all. Like, and he's literally right there on the side, like right through that wall, and he said he doesn't hear me at all. So, James asked, what was the name of the ant song again? It's called Ant Dance, just all one word, Ant Dance. Well, I went Ant Dance, but it's really Ant Dance, one word, Ant Dance. And Jonas saying, what'd you say? How do you connect a phone to an aux input? Okay, so that's a good question. I do mine through this thing, and I made a video about this. This is a little car Bluetooth adapter that you can buy on Amazon. They're like $20 or something. I hold it up there, and it's got. You'll see that it's got this little adapter here. It's like a 1/8 inch adapter, and you just plug that in there. And then if I plug it into my aux in, or my mix in, excuse me, and then I turn it on.
Power on.
And it sounds hilarious when it comes
Connected.
on. But so it just... Sorry, guys. I don't know what I did there to make... I got something in my nose or something. But so my phone is connected to it now. And let's see if my Face ID works. There we go. And if I open up a song here, let's just play Spotify for a second. And good, one of my songs is on there. So there you go. I made a video about how to do that. Just search how to add Bluetooth to any drum module on YouTube, and you'll see the video about how to do it and all the links to do it and everything like that. And it's super easy, and that's super useful. I love having the Bluetooth input. And so, like, this module's super old. It's from, like, the early 2000s, and I have Bluetooth in on it. So there you go.
Power off.
A little trick. And I do the same thing in my car. Actually, I have one in my car, too, that I connect that way. Same exact way. Let's see. That's cool. I got rid of my acoustic set because it was loud. Maybe I should just got trigger heads and triggers. Just curious, if you had no budget concerns and your choice was a VAD 506 and F Note 7. Whew. As much as I love the F Note stuff, I would go with the Roland. You know why? Even though I think that the F Note sounds amazing, looks amazing, but the Roland is more versatile because those F Note kits, like the trigger, like the sounds that they have sound very realistic, but they don't have really any electronic style sounds in them. And I actually really like electronic style sounds, and I use them a lot, like for this. And here's a new, listen to this one. This one I just programmed. I love this sound. This is crazy sounding. Check this out. I'm using that on a something new that I'm working on. I didn't have it ready in time for today, but maybe next week I will. But yeah, I mean, the Roland stuff has a huge variety of sounds on them. And I think the 506, does that come with the TD-11 module? I think it does. And the TD-11 has a lot of different sounds in it, a lot of stuff you could do. And the TD-17 has a fair amount. You know, the TD-17 is also very good. But the F Notes, you know, if you want just acoustic sounding electronic drums, then go with the F Note probably. But if you want something that's like a electronic instrument that you can play drums on, then go with the Roland. Plus, Rolands have like the best resale value imaginable. Like, I mean, even ancient Roland stuff still sells for like barely cheaper than it costs. Like when it came out, like you'll see TD-20 kits still selling for like over $1,000, $2,000. It's crazy. Like, you know, they're well made and they have a good reputation. So, Roland. Let's see. Instead of Alesis, Bertune. What was that in reference to? Let me look at your last comment. Let me find it. Oh, about the volume? I I'd say it's about the same. I mean, mesh heads pretty much as loud as mesh heads. I mean, they don't really have much. If you have, like I said, if you have the resonant, like the regular resonant head on there, then it's going to be kind of loud. But if you take, if you either take the resonant heads off completely, or just replace them with more mesh heads, which is what I do, because I like the look, of having both heads on there. Another, an interesting thing that you can do too, if you are, if you like the concert tom sound, like the single-headed concert tom sound, but like the look of double-headed toms, you can actually, this is unrelated to electronic drums, but you can have a mylar head on the top and a mesh head on the bottom, and it'll sound like a concert tom, because all the, all the air pressure will come out of the bottom, just like you had no head on there at all. I did that before just to see, and I was like, whoa, they sound exactly like concert toms, but, they look like two-headed toms, which is pretty cool. Bertune says, I was just saying maybe I should have gotten mesh heads and triggers instead of selling my acoustic kit altogether and buying the Alesis. Oh, I see. Well, it's a process. It took me a long time to get this thing configured this good. You have to experiment and stuff. Now it would be easy for me because I know exactly what to do. But in the beginning, it was like I had to experiment quite a bit and mess around with things. Continuum Drums in the chat there, he's got a couple of really good conversion kits on his channel, I noticed. There's like this Pearl export he's got, and a lot of custom things that he made there that look really nice. So, yeah, let's do another song. How about... Oh, here's another new program I did. This one's just called Pop. Pretty, standard pop drum sound, and that's kind of what I was going for there. Tight snare. I usually don't use a whole lot of tight snares, but then I was like, that actually sounds pretty good. All right, let's see. What song should we do? How about Human Modification Systems, Inc.? Sound good? Sounds good to me. All right, here we go. This one's a rocker. Tiger Power. Human Modification Systems Inc. is the name of that track. And I kind of went insane. I don't even know how that sounded. It was like I was like zoning out crazy. But that was fun. Whew, got the heart rate going for sure. Bertune. God damn, I love the double bass in that song. Thank you so much. Yeah, man, Tiger Power. Tiger is energizing me. Appropriate drum faces. I can't wait to go back and look at that. All right. Yeah, check out my record label. It says Stream Elements. That's my bot. AntHillRecordings.bandcamp.com. If you guys like downloading music, if you're a dinosaur, if you just want to listen to it, check out Spotify. Just follow me on there. You can follow Demonic Sweaters and Minnesota. That's the bad thing about having two different projects, because I catch my breath. Everybody, knows Demonic Sweaters' name. Not everybody, but the people that watch my channel. Because that's the name of the channel, it's easy to remember. But Minnesota, the other project, gets kind of left in the cold a little bit, because it's kind of, people don't really remember the name, and it's not attached to the Demonic Sweater stuff on Spotify. Anyway, let me have a drink of coffee. I don't know why I put the mic on for that. Let's see. I already read that. Joe DeLeon, think mesh heads and triggers are the only part of the conversion process. It sounded great. Thank you, man. Yeah, I mean, yes and no. I mean, yes, it's simply, but also a module. You need a module too. And picking the right module will make things a lot easier for you, for sure. And also, knowing how to, there's weird things you learn, like how to put the triggers on there, like I was talking about earlier. For the bass drum, I still have my resonant bass drum head, like the Mylar head, so I have a pillow inside to really deaden it. If you don't do that, then you'll get, some vibrations, maybe some double triggering. What else? Vibrations in general. Now I have my bass drum on a Roland noise eater, but I used to have the homemade. Well, the left one, I still have kind of a homemade thing where I cut all these mini tennis balls in half and glued them to the bottom of the pedal. And that works too, but I think the noise eater is a little more stable. So I like having that on there. Bass drum doesn't flop around quite as much as it used to. But yeah, it's getting the right combination of stuff, of the triggers working. And Jonah saying, amazing. Thank you so much, Jonah. I really appreciate all you guys leaving the comments and hanging out and chatting and everything. It means a whole lot to me. You guys want to hear the Year of the Tiger song again? I kind of want to play it again. Let's do it. There's no rule that says I can't play it multiple times. All right, here we go. Year of the Tiger. For those of you that didn't see it the first time, here we go. Year of the Tiger. Happy Lunar New Year, everybody. And yeah, that was my little tribute song to the Year of the Tiger. Thank you for giving me the energy of the tiger. Let's see. Joe asked, what's the big difference between Manasota and Demonic Sweaters projects? Well, I would say that Manasota, it's like definitely a sound. Like Manasota has this I don't even know how to describe it, but it's a very specific sound that fits with Manasota, and it kind of never really strays from there. Whereas Demonic Sweaters has like 20 different sounds. Like there's a lot of difference. I mean, Demonic Sweaters is definitely like always kind of experimental, but there's some songs that are very rock oriented, you know, and like heavy, and other ones that are more synth and electronic sounding, you know, and some with vocals, some don't have vocals, or most don't have vocals, but some do have vocals. Some kind of sound kind of like pop rock, grunge, alternative. So Demonic Sweaters is kind of like my all-encompassing musical project. But Manasota I started doing in 2015 is when I first started recording some of the Manasota stuff. And the name Manasota comes from a place in Florida that it's like this little key off of the west coast of Florida, Manasota Key. And when I was like, this like way back in like 2005, 2006, I was going through like, for lack of a better word, recovery, you know, from like drugs and alcohol and stuff like that. And I found that that place, I used to ride my bike down there a lot and just kind of wander around, you know, ride and spend a lot of time outside and in the wilderness. It really helped bring me peace, you know, like mentally. And so like the sound of Manasota, I think, kind of tries to reflect that feeling, you know, of peacefulness that I had when I was like going through that time of my life. And that's why I called it that. Not to sound too like artisty, pretentious kind of stuff, but like, yeah, that's like, it definitely, it has a vibe. I think all the Manasota songs have a similar vibe, whereas Demonic Sweaters is kind of like a chameleon and morphs and changes all over the place. Although I would say the majority of the Demonic Sweater stuff is very synth heavy and a little bit proggy and a little bit, you know, experimental and weird and quirky. So yeah, I mean, it's pretty. I try to. The reason why, too, I don't just make a million other projects is for the marketing aspect of it, too. Like, it's so hard to just market one thing. like, and I get bored of always sounding exactly the same, so I change it up a lot. I like a lot of different music, like tons and tons of different music. So that's why, you know, like, I mean, the song that I played earlier, Taurus, was kind of inspired by, like, Ozzy and Iron Maiden. And then I had one, like, Ant Dance that I played a little before that is, like, probably, I guess you could say like a little bit like Yellow Magic Orchestra, like that, you know, like 80s Japanese electronica and stuff like that. Even though I wasn't directly listening to that when I made it, but Devo, there's definitely those types of things influenced me. Plus, I've been listening to a lot of K-pop lately, and K-pop, you know, like aside from, okay, so see the thing about K-pop, a lot of people, like especially people that aren't like 14-year-old girls, like, you know, whatever, they just think automatically they'll hate it, you know, like, because they don't even listen to it. And then they see like the imagery and everything, and it's all like showy and like dancing and all this stuff, and they're always lip syncing on stage. But that being said, if you listen to the music, there is a lot of amazing production going on in a lot of K-pop songs, like really, really good. And I'm like addicted to it. Like I listen to it all the time. Like there's some great vocals, some really, really good synth sounds, and like if you just go, there's a really good Spotify playlist, K-pop Daebak. That's like all the, like Daebak just means like cool in Korean. It's like slang, and like so like all the newest like trending K-pop songs are on there and stuff. And like I always listen to that, and I always find stuff that I really like. Some of it I don't, you know, but the majority of it I really do. And but there's a lot, like I said, there's just like so much cool like electronic like it makes, when you listen to that stuff and then I go back and I listen to American pop, which there is some good American pop or Western pop, I'm bored. Like I feel like that the sounds, like the production quality isn't nearly as advanced and like interesting as it is in a lot of the K-pop songs. I just feel like that they nail a lot of that stuff. James says the thing about K-pop and top 40 pop in general is that one, I can't listen to it that much, but two, it's well produced and the players are usually top class. Yeah, I agree. I mean, I find myself though, like I said, like I mean, I like some like modern, American or Western, UK pop and stuff. Like I really like the last Justin Bieber album. I'm not, I'm not even joking or whatever. Like I think it's really good. It's a great album. But the style of that, excuse me, I'm losing my voice. The style of that, like when you listen to the production on that album, it's really well produced. But like what I like about the K-pop stuff is it's like maximalism. Like there's like so much stuff going on. It's like all these sounds for your brain to process all at once. And it's like almost overstimulating. But I actually really like that. Whereas like American style pop, I think is like, a lot more sparse and minimalist. Like, I mean, like the Justin Bieber album, there's like 3 or 4 things happening in the song at one time, and that's all. It doesn't have like all this other like craziness going on, but I like the craziness. That's the thing. But I like that too. I mean, it's just a different style. All right. Any other? Oh, 4 on the floor. Nice, says Continuum Drums. Yeah, that 4 on the floor is, it's a groovy beat, and like it makes you feel the drum beat. It's just 4, 1. It's funny, like my students see. It's weird. Like that was the first drum beat I ever learned in my life. But because I'm a drum instructor, and like I find when I try to teach that drum beat, the 4 on the floor drum beat, before this, just on the 1 and 3. My students have a much harder time playing 4 on the floor. They struggle with it, like the new ones, like when it's the first thing. Like, I don't know why that is. To me, back then, it seemed like really easy. But I have students that can play this and struggle with doing this. I think there's something about doing that kick and snare at the same time they have a hard time with. And plus, I think when you're real little, like kids, there's a muscular thing involved there too, like because they can some of them can barely even reach the pedals, and like I don't know. So maybe that's it, and they're just getting used to the feel of the pedal and everything. James says the thing about Bieber, again, I can't listen to his style, but with that, he's a really good drummer and guitar player. Yeah, he's a talented musician. Good. Well, what about singer? He's actually a really good singer. Kind of what he's known for, right? All right, let's do another song. Keep this Tiger energy rolling. It's also coffee energy. Tiger and coffee. It's a good combo. I've got some more new ones. Let's do those. Let's do one of those at least. We have Digital Demons. That one's a fun one. Which kit is I playing this one? I think this should work. All right, so this one's called Digital Demons. It's also a new one, new single on Spotify. Here we go. Alrighty, that was Digital Demons. That one's a fun 6/4 time signature to play. There to kind of comment on Continuum Drums comment. I am impressed every time of your slow odd meters. Thank you so much. I like playing those kind of things. That one, it's actually 6/4. It's not as odd as it sounds, but the way that I play it makes it seem more odd because I'm adding in, you know, alternating this thing. I'm doing like one the first time, and the second time I do this. So it's like putting it on the back of the ands there, basically. And pop, 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 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1. So it's 6/4, but yeah, but I appreciate the comment. Totally. And I do play a lot of odd meters, for sure. Joe DeLeon says, digging the 3-zone ride. What kind is it? This is a lemon, 16-inch. And the lemon cymbals, these are all lemon cymbals. Lemon, except for the hi-hats. Hi-hats are Roland VH-11s, but everything else is lemon. And the Roland TD-6 doesn't, by default, support 3-zone rides, but you can totally trick it into using a 3-zone ride. And the way that I do that is this is plugged into my Tom 1 input, the bell. And then the bow and edge are into the normal ride input. And then I just start my Tom on Tom 2. And then this is Tom 4. And then I have this plugged into the aux. But actually, you can still, like here, if I go, where's one where I use 3 toms? That's another great thing about the TD-6. So there I have 3 toms. My aux trigger assigned as a tom. There's actually another tom input I'm still not even using on here. So essentially, if I wanted to, I mean, there's a lot. You know, I could even have. I thought about. You know, I was thinking how I could. I kind of want more toms, but there's just no space. I know it looks like I have a big space, but I really don't. Because like anything. Like everything's in like where it can fit, and I was like trying to think about how I could add another tom, but then I'm like, well, where would I put my ride? I need this little space over here to walk through. You know, like that's how I can get behind the drums. So there's really nothing else I can do. But I do have an extra input still, which is pretty amazing if you think about it. But yeah, you can. I'm just using the Tom 1 input here, and honestly, to me, that actually works a little bit better than when I had the TD-11. And when you have a 3-zone ride, like plugged into a real 3-zone ride input, what happens when you hit that bell zone, like on a TD-11, for example, like that, it stops the other sound, like the ride bow sound. But I actually think it sounds a little more realistic, you know, when you have the bow sound still ringing out and even kind of combined with the bell sound. Because you actually hear both of them together when I hit that. Because the crosstalk is like, you really can't get rid of the crosstalk, but it doesn't matter, you know, because they're both on the ride. So yeah, all right, let's do Antimatter Is. I'm on the kit, so we might as well play it. This is the Antimatter kit. Here we go. I need to find it first. It's somewhere in here. There's a lot of songs in this file, or in this project now. There it is. Okay, here we go. Antimatter is off of the album Turn of the Scrocked. An oldie but a goodie. That was a lot of fun to play that time. I just hit it that time. The power, man, the Tiger. I'm going to keep this Tiger on me all the time. This thing is great. I don't know what it is, but I'm still just feeling it. I'm feeling like some crazy electricity. It's really cool. Very cool. I don't know if I just made extra strong coffee today or what, but I really do think it's the Tiger. The power of the Tiger. That was fun. Joe DeLeon, electric. How are you triggering that? Fourth tom. Well, that's just like I said. That's in my aux input. So there's a trigger input on the module called aux, and I just assigned it to a tom on this particular kit. Like other kits, there's a cowbell, there's a stacker, there's a synth tom, clap, rototom. So yeah, it's again, just to not to continue praising the TD6, just for what I do, it's just perfect because it's very flexible, has a wide variety of sounds. They sound good, and yeah, you get a lot of trigger inputs. Like I said, there's still a trigger input I haven't used yet, so it's very, very cool. Bertoon says you're definitely energized today. Yeah, man, thank you so much, and thanks to you guys too for watching and commenting. That definitely helps. It definitely, if there's nobody watching, I don't know if I'd had the same energy. Yeah, this trigger, it's a Pintec tube trigger, which kind of is falling apart a bit, which isn't surprising given it's Pintec. But excuse me. You know, I used to really love Pintec, and I do still like some of their stuff. I like this. I mean, it works good. But it's like, it's basically taped, like the rubber part of it kept coming off, so I used Gorilla Tape to hold the rubber part on. This is called a tube, it's called a Pintec tube trigger. I made a video about it. It's like a TB6 or T1, something like that. A couple of different manufacturers make these. DrumTech makes one, and I forget who else does. But it's basically just a tube with a piece of rubber on it. And it's just mounted on a 7/8 inch tom arm, pearl tom arm, right there, and it works pretty good. I mean, it triggers great. It triggers really good. I have a Roland. Yeah, it's a bar. It's like a. Let me do the overhead. You can see it a little better. Right here. It's basically just a Pintec tube trigger. Just search on my channel. I made a video about it. Just Pintec tube trigger. Search that. You'll find it. Yeah, I was considering replacing it with a Roland PD-11 pad. I have one, which I still might do at some point because the advantage of the PD-11 is it's dual zone. So I could get another sound out of it over there if I wanted to. So I could essentially have a stacker on the edge and still have a Tom 4 on the... I think I could do that. I think the aux input is dual zone. Is it? I'm pretty sure it is. I can't see right now. But yeah, I think I could do that. It's just in storage, so I haven't had... And plus, I need a different mount, and I've just been too lazy to do it. And plus, it just works. You know, it's been working, so... The one thing I'm finding is once you get something that works, it's best not to mess with it. Because, like, yeah, you may want to upgrade, but if you have something that works really good, then kind of think that through pretty, you know, thoroughly before you actually change things. Which is what kept happening with the module for me. That's why I keep going back to the TD6, because it just works better than anything for me. I'm not saying it's the greatest module ever made, but it's the greatest module ever made. It's aliens. Anyway, let's play another song. Do I have another new one? I still have... Yes, I do. I still have Croco Tiger. I haven't played... And it's got Tiger in the name, too. Which kit do I use in that? I think I used the K-pop kit in that, too. Do I? Yes, I do. All right, so this is another brand new one called Croco Tiger, and it's also on all the... Well, Spotify. I say all the streaming services, but these are all coming out so fast, and they're all so new. that Spotify usually gets stuff up in like 2 days, but everywhere else for some reason takes like months. So, but Spotify already has them. Okay, so here we go. This is called Croco Tiger. Brand new song called Croco Tiger. You can stream that on all of the Spotify, and then the rest of the streaming services later. Yeah, so That song also was produced in GarageBand for iOS, and the drums in that song on the recording were the last thing that I recorded with the TD-11. The TD-11, I had a similar sound that I programmed, also called K-pop. It was similar, but it was different. And actually, that was the one patch that I had in that thing that I was kind of sad to let go because it sounded really cool. It was similar, but it had like the TD-11 had this gated reverb in it that this doesn't really have, not exactly, and it just sounds a little different. But this one's cool too. It's a different, I had the snare over here too and splashes. It was very similar, just slightly different sounding. 909 kick drum, and then a 808 hi-hat, which is very useful for electronic sounds. And the I think there's an 808 crash, pitched down. Then a stacker there. Bell, kind of a regular ride. Oh yeah, then another snare here on the rim. So that allows me to do, like, between these three snares, some interesting sounding fills and stuff like. Pretty fun. Electronic drums are great. They're a lot of fun. Okay. Anybody have any requests of my material? Not that anybody knows them, but I know a couple of you guys do. I used to get a request a lot for Ice Cream Pirate. I've played it on so many streams though. Maybe I'll not do that one, or maybe I will. I don't know. We'll see. What else could I do? Insect Politics. That one I played before, but it was on the TD-11, and honestly, I always liked it better on the TD-6. So maybe I'll do that. Insect Politics. Where's my patch for that? Oh, you know what else? Oh, 333, Continuum Drums. Okay. I knew you were going to. I knew somebody requested. I always mess that one up. Why can't I ever? I don't know why. It's not that hard. Just for some reason, I always forget one part in it, and I haven't listened to it today. But I'll give it a shot. And thanks for the request, Continuum Drums. Here we go. I'm going to do 333. Before I even attempt to play it, let me just listen to it for a couple seconds to refresh my memory. Like, I don't know why I have a problem with this song. Remember it. Okay, that's all I needed. All right, here we go. 333. Alrighty, that was 333. And thanks for requesting that, Continuum Drums. Yeah, I feel like I kind of did it pretty decent today. I chose the wrong drum kit on the TD6, but it didn't sound bad. It actually kind of fit. Ironically, I have this drum kit named 333, but I don't use 333 in the song 333. I use Vintage, which is this one. Usually I use this kit. But this one doesn't sound bad either. This one I use in the song, a couple of songs on the album 333. I think the majority of them on there. That's why I called it that. Anyway, long-winded explanation, I know. Thomas asks if I can play Jungle Gym. I don't have that. I don't have a drumless version of that. And I don't know if I can even do it because that was done in Milky Tracker, which is like a tracker program. And I'm not sure if I even have the master, like the original file. I have to look. Maybe I do. I'll look for it. If I can find it, I would love to do that one. That one's an odd one for sure. That one's in like 10/4. Like it's really weird. But yeah, that one I haven't played since I recorded it, basically. Oh, actually, when I was jamming with some guys for a while, and we were doing a live version of that song. Like this was several years ago already. We never got it together fully, but there was this project I was doing called Daylight Atheist, and we had worked on trying to play. I was using my laptop, and they're adding some instrumentation over top of it. It kind of sounded like a sloppy mess, honestly, but but we at least attempted it. But yeah, the recorded version I like, and I did that on the Nitro, and I liked the kit that I had on the Nitro for that song. I thought it sounded really nice. But yeah, I'll look for that. I'll see if I can figure it out. If I can find it, make a drumless version. Right now, I don't have one, but possibly. Also is Croco Tiger and Jungle Gym on the drumless tracks. Croco Tiger is, Jungle Gym is not currently, but if I find it, then I'll put it there. Oh, and then I missed, hey, can I donate for the kick drum pedal without using PayPal? I can't use PayPal. I have a problem with it. Not really. I mean, not really. Sorry. Oh, I forgot that. Now that you say that, I forgot to put my overlay on today. Let's fix that. There it is. Jeez, I totally forgot about that. Okay, well, the stream's almost over, but whatever. Turn it back on. For the rest. Oh, what the hell did I just do? I don't know what I just did. I did something weird I accidentally clicked and dragged something, and then something disappeared on that other screen. I don't know what it was. Hopefully it didn't break something on my setup here, but it seems to be fine. There's my overlay. Anyway, we're up to 3765 for the kick drum fund, double kick drum pedal fund. If you want to donate to that, there's a link down below in the description there. And trying to raise some money to get a new double bass drum pedal. Not that this one's bad, but it's just old and it feels a little rough. But, I can still play it. So, even if I don't meet the goal, I'll be fine. So, but if you guys want to donate, I appreciate it. That would be very nice, very nice. Let me take a drink here. Croco Tiger and Jungle Gym would be great songs to play along with. Little slower tempo and really cool grooves to lock into. Thanks. Awesome, Thomas. Thanks so much. That would be cool. I'd love to hear you guys, record some some versions of these things and post them on YouTube. That would be really cool. I'd love to see, some other people's, take on some of these songs. Because you don't have to play it exactly like how I play it, obviously. You can make up your own stuff. Goliath 2017, of the drummer Zach Hill? Of course. Can I emulate his style? No. Nor would I want to. I mean, he's great at what he does. But, it's just not my thing. I loved, like, the early Hella stuff. But outside of that, I never really got into too much that he did. But, mad respect for his chops. Like, he's a complete chaos machine on the drums. But yeah, it's just not my style at all. I'm much more selective and sparse compared to him. And yeah, although I'd probably lose a lot of weight if I played like him. That'd probably be a good, because he's like rail thin, and I'm sure it's because he's like playing 8 gazillion notes per second. He's a weird drummer, though. I mean, yeah, he's got mad chops. He doesn't have much of a groove, though. He really, like, he sounds like he's playing, like, fill exercises over and over again, to me. Like, he doesn't really ever lock into a real groove, like, where I'm really feeling it. But in Hella, like, you don't, it works, you know. It really works with what they were doing, just this chaotic, spastic music, and like with the guitar playing and stuff too. That stuff was completely insane. Really cool. I love it, actually. Yeah, it's great. I mean, he's got his style. I feel like, you know, I have my own style, you know, and like I think everybody has their own style. Like once you play drums for so many years, you develop. Some people get a style really early on, and you can tell it's them. But, you know, other people it takes longer. I'm feeling like, you know, my style has changed, actually, especially in the recent years of like playing electronic drums. I feel like that I've actually come up with almost like an electronic drum style that I didn't have before. And now when I sit down behind an acoustic kit, it feels different. Like I have like different ideas than I had before on the acoustic drums, which is cool. Like it makes you think differently. Because they respond differently, they sound different. You know, you can, especially when you're using weird sounds, you know, you get these other ideas come to your head that, yeah. Anyway, at least I hope I have a sound. I think I do. I had like, I was working on a collaboration with somebody, you know, doing a drum track for him. And though I really like the song, and if she's watching this, I don't mean it. I mean, I already pretty much voiced all this stuff to her anyways. I really like the song, and I really like what she did there, and I recorded the drums, but she sent somebody to have it mixed, and they basically used, like, drum replacement software. I played my acoustic kit. They used, like, drum replacement software on all the drums and, like, made this really sterilized sounding, you know, like, modern metal-type drum sound, which I just really don't like. Like, it just sucked all the personality right out of it, I thought. You know, it like, I mean, it still sounds like me playing, you know, the style, but the sound, like I spent a lot of time on getting my sound, is just gone, like completely gone. And like, you know, it's not my project, so I'm like, if you dig it, go with it. You know, like I'm not gonna stop her from having the mixes she's happy with, you know. And it doesn't sound bad. It just it's just not what I like. Yeah. And I feel like it's that whole personality thing and style. Like I just feel like it doesn't have my personality on it. Which, you know, I guess that's okay. I mean, it's totally fine. I'm not that much of a narcissist where I feel like it has to. You know, it's her track, it's her song, so it doesn't have to have my style on it or personality. It can be all her personality because it's her stuff. You know, I played in another band too a while ago called Frame, and I've talked about them on these streams all the time. Caitlin Frame. Amazing musician. And a lot of the stuff that I would play with her, she would, you know, I would go for her drum sound a little more than my own but she actually influenced me, like, as far as how to tune the drums, because she before I played in Frame, I used to tune my drums actually kind of jazzy, you know, like kind of high, and my snare especially was pretty high. But then I would play on her kit, and she was really, like, loose. Like, she had everything super loose and low and dry and dark. And actually, at first, I was like, this is weird. But then I got into it. And then I started tuning my drums a little bit more like that, you know, because she kind of influenced the way I tune my drums. And now I actually really like that sound. And I think mine kind of, you know, I like both, but I feel like that my default drum sound now is a little bit lower than it used to be because I played with her. Anyway, I'm going off on a long tangent here that had nothing to do with the original question. Was there any other requests? Oh, yeah, Jungle Gym, but we can't do that yet. Why don't I do... let's see. There was one... I like this. I know what I can do. We'll do... you know, I haven't played Floating Ice Cream Store in a long time, but that one... There's just not a lot of drums going on in that song, so I don't think I'll play that. What should I do? Captain Flange. I do that one all the time, but I like playing it. Triumph. Do that one a lot. Oh, Form. Haven't played Form in a long time. Okay, let's do Form. Here we go. Let me find the right kit. Where is it? There it is. Jean-Luc. Hey, what's up, Jean-Luc? All right, this is called Form, and it's off of the album. What is this on 333? No, this is on Happy 99. Here we go. All right, that was Form off of Happy 99, my last full-length album. It was last year already. Let's see. Meh says, been using the Nitro Mesh kit with double pedal for over a year now, but my issue is I can't play the double bass fast because my kick tower doesn't register a few of my kicks when I play it fast. Any fix? Check the threshold setting. Maybe you have the threshold up too high. You also might have the re-trigger setting too high, so check those. It should register. I mean, I never really played with a double kick drum pedal on the pad, but if you turn up the sensitivity, I never had I never completed my thought, but I never had problems, getting doubles to register or anything, and I would play it pretty fast with a single pedal. So yeah, check the threshold, the re-trigger, and the sensitivity. Turn your threshold down, re-trigger down, and sensitivity up, and you may be able to fix it. If not, then you might just need a new tower. I mean, the module itself is perfectly capable of registering the double kicks. I know it does. Let's see. Yeah, meh. Check those. Hopefully I think that'll fix it. One of those things should fix it. It should work. Excuse me. Also, you could try getting the tennis ball beaters. These things seem to really help if you don't have them already. Help for like not only making things quieter, they also help in trigger accuracy, I think, because they don't like, I don't know, they kind of sink into the head a little better than regular beaters do. Like I know when I put them on the Simmons kit over at my school, it made that trigger actually much better. And with a double kick, it works great actually now. Anyway, what time is it? Wow, we've been going a long time already. Have I played all the new ones? Almost, not quite. Let's do another Minnesota song. Let's do October. Never mind. Let's not do that. It's February, and that one has this autumn vibe. I want to have energetic, Tiger vibes. So let's do Cutlass Supreme. That one's very tigery. Which kit should I use for that? Maybe that'll work. All right, I'm going to try this kit in this song. I haven't ever used this one in there. I don't really use this kit much. This one is something I programmed called Ginger. It's supposed to be like a Ginger Baker sound. But I think it'll work in this. This is a rocker song. And this one is called Continuing Wants to Hear More Minnesota. Okay, well, after this one, I'll play another Minnesota song. So we're going to do Cutlass Supreme. Here we go. All right, that was Cutlass Supreme off the Driving Songs EP. Whew, kind of screwed up in the beginning, but I don't think it was so bad. Let's see. Didn't know about your music. This is unexpectedly awesome, says Goliath 2017. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate that. That really is nice. What pedals are these? These are the PDP 502 series, something like that, I think. They're pretty inexpensive and decent. I've had these things for a long time, which is why I kind of want something new. Why I'm doing the Kick Drum Pedal Fund down below if you're interested in donating to that. But yeah, I've had these things since like 2008, and they've lasted a really long time, but they're just starting, the smoothness is gone, you know. And somebody commented before I should oil them. Well, I mean, I have, but I think there's some metal, like the sprocket, I think is kind of, you know, it's just wearing out. I've played these things for a really long time. Very long time. And it's amazing they've lasted that long. I mean, I could just buy another one of these. Like, maybe I'll just do that because they're not very expensive and they work great and I'm used to it. And I'm used to how it feels. And I'm pretty sure they still make it. But yeah, they're good. Good stuff. Ghost pedal. That's a good practice. If you just play your bass drum left-footed, you know, that'll make your left foot much stronger. How about completely left-handed? Can I even do that? Sorry, that was kind of show-offy. All right, let's do... Bertoon says, I had problems trying to make each bass drum hit sound the same on my double bass drum pedal when I had one. Yeah, it takes practice. And that, what I just did there is a good way to help, because a lot of times you've got to get that left foot, you know, just as strong as your right foot, and be able to even do crashes with it and stuff, like, and doubles alone. I'm not great with them, but I can do them. Ah. Right foot. Left foot. Definitely better with my right, but can go faster. All right, let's do, for those of you just tuning in, might as well do it a third time. Let's do the Tiger song, You're the Tiger. And then I'm going to play one more, and then that'll be into the stream after the Tiger song. So first off, this is Year the Tiger, tribute to the Tiger for the Year the Tiger. Good luck to everybody. 2022 Lunar New Year. Here we go. This is the Tiger song. That is so much fun. Year of the Tiger, everybody. That's the tribute song that I threw together real quickly before this stream. But yeah, I think it came out pretty good. I mean, it's not like I did much. All I did was just a cymbal loops. I didn't actually play anything there, except for the drums. Let's see. Meh says, how long does it actually take to play double pedals decently? Well, it just depends on how much you practice. I mean, don't. One of the things that's important, well, and this goes with anything, it's not just double pedals. It's better to be clean than clean and slow than fast and sloppy. Like I hear some double bass drum pedals they're very ambitious, but that's okay to be ambitious in practice, but when you're performing, you want to keep it clean. Like, do what you can do in performance. In practice, that's when you get ambitious and you try stuff. Occasionally you can try something in performance too, and you might get lucky and pull it off. I do that. But most of my double bass drum parts aren't super fast, quite honestly. I play pretty, 16th notes most of the time, and I do a little triplets here and there. Like I do this one little lick where I go, which actually isn't as fast as it sounds because it's just 3 quick hits. Like ba 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 ba. And then I do this a lot. 16th notes most of the time. 30-second notes and triplets. I've been working on trying to get stuff like that. More trying to add that into my repertoire. I don't really have it that much. Like having like a that one's easier to start with the right. It's not really my forte exactly because I haven't practiced it that much. If I spent more time practicing, I'm sure I could get it. But to answer your question, you just practice and practice, and everybody's different. Some people get things quickly. Other people, it takes them a long time. Honestly, I'm kind of slow at the double bass, as far as the learning. Because I picked it up much later, I'm very fast with my right foot. Like, alone. Like, and I'm not even, not just saying that. I know I'm fast with it. I can do fast things, with just one foot. But when I try to do that with 2, then the coordination isn't quite there like the way I want it to be. Because I played a long time just single bass. Like, way more than I have with double bass. Because I started playing drums when I was 10. And I didn't get my first double bass drum pedal until I was, like, in my 30s. So, you just have to, everybody's different. But the more you do it, the easier it'll be. For sure. And it helps to, switch up what foot you lead with. Like, I try to lead with my left a lot. Because that leaves your right foot open to, like, catch up the back end, I guess. Double bass is the best, says Bartoon. It's cool, yeah. I mean, when I was younger, I didn't really like it. It grew on me. I thought it was kind of cheesy. But, I was kind of closed-minded when I was younger. But now it's like it just makes sense. Why not use both feet? You can use, both hands, so it's silly not to use both feet, or at least have the option. Paradiddles, says meh. Right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. How's that? Okay, let's do one more, and then that'll be all for today, because this is a long one. This is the longest stream I've done in a while. It's that Tiger Power. Oh, wait, I missed some comments there. Continuum asks, is the next stream more Tiger songs? Well, today's the Lunar New Year, so maybe I'll play that one again if you guys like it. But yeah, it won't be so tigery next stream. Maybe I should think. This is fun though. I should think of another theme for the next one, because I think that actually makes it more fun and a little more entertaining. So I'll see what I can think of. See what I can think of for the next one. All right, let's do one more. I'm going to close it out with. Continuing wanted to hear another Minnesota song, so let's do that. Which one do I have here? I know which one, and it's a long one. And it's in odd meter, just for you. Continuum. Let me find the right kit for it. And I haven't practiced this in a while, so we'll see. We'll see how I do. But this one is called Return of the Wood Stork, and it's also on As the Sun Rises. Both versions, but I like the version on the deluxe edition better than the regular version, because acoustic drums, again, I think it sounds better. Anyway, Return of the Wood Stork. This one is in 5/4, and we'll see how it goes. Wish me luck. Come on, Tiger. You can power me through this one. This is probably the hardest Minnesota song to play, I think. All right, guys, that was Return of the Wood Stork off the Minnesota album As the Sun Rises, Deluxe Edition. You can pick that. Oh, wait, I forgot to show you. I have that on CD. If you like CDs, there it is. There's the Deluxe Edition CD. You can get that at anthillrecordings.bandcamp.com. And I think it's $7, something like that. Or you can just stream it on all the streaming services. This one is on all of the services already. It's been up there for a while. And there's the inside. Full color CD digipack. And don't forget to follow Demonic Sweaters as well on Spotify and Minnesota. Follow Minnesota as well. Minnesota albums don't or songs don't come out as frequently. You know, like I think I've only had, well, I've had 2 albums and 1 EP since 2016 for Minnesota, as opposed to like I don't even know how many for Demonic Sweaters. There's a lot. Demonic Sweaters is just continuous output of stuff. IU, that was awesome, dude. Nice build up through the grooves and nice build up though, and the grooves were cool. Thanks, man. And Thomas Cahill says badass jam for sure. Thanks. Thank you guys. Thank you so much for watching and hanging out. That one, there's a fill that I didn't pull off in that one that I do on the recording. And I usually pull it off live. I don't know what happened. I just haven't practiced that song in so long because it's in 5/4. There's just like something like that I do that I really like, but I have to do it right. I screwed it up today. But I still came in on time. It just wasn't right. Anyway, the fire is burning out a little bit, so to speak. Matt asked, what time do I stream? Every Tuesday, well, mostly every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Time. So I've been streaming for like a while today already. And Continuum Drums has a nice stream today. Yeah, I really appreciate you guys. All the chatting and comments were really nice. And the donations and just the support from everybody. Happy Lunar New Year, Year of the Tiger. Tigers are such a beautiful animal. I mean, they really are. Like, imagine, like, I was thinking about this today when I was looking at tiger stuff, you know, I was trying to find a backdrop. First, I looked at just, like, regular tiger pictures, and I was just thinking about them, and I'm like, you know, imagine back in the day when, you know, before, you know, when everybody lived in villages and jungles and stuff. Imagine going out, like, say you're going to the next village, having to look out for freaking tigers. like they're this beautiful animal that will totally eat you. Like, will totally kill you. And they're basically a cat. They're just a big-ass cat. Like, it's crazy. But they're amazing. They're totally beautiful animals, and they can mess you up, man. Like, I mean, I'm sure some of you out there, or most of you have probably seen Tiger King, the one girl that got her arm eaten off on that one episode. That was pretty horrible. I never am like, you know, when people are like, they have like pet tigers and stuff, it's just not a good idea. You know, it's never a good idea. When people are like, oh yeah, I raised this grizzly bear since a child. It's like, it's still just not, you know, grizzly bears eat people. Like, I don't know. That you really can't domesticate, even though like people do. But you all, even, you know, remember Siegfried and Roy. You know, if you know who they are, the famous tiger guys, you know, back in the 90s or 80s and stuff, and one of them got eaten by a tiger. And they were around tigers their entire lives, you know, and still ate him. So, yeah, just, you know, they'll eat you. But it's not their fault. You know, they like, people taste good, I guess, to people, or to tigers. And tigers are a beautiful animal that should be respected, for sure. And they give you power. I'm just rambling on now. Anyway, nice stream. Yeah, thanks a lot, guys. Thanks, Joe. Continuum. Meh. I love your screen name. Meh. And Bartoon. Who else was here? Joe DeLeon. I'm scrolling back up through the chats. Jean-Luc Thomas. Goliath. All you guys, I'm sorry if I'm missing people, but there's a lot of chat today, so to scroll through all that's going to take too long. But anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. Every Tuesday, just about, I'll be back next Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Time. We do these streams here. We, as in me. I do these streams, And I'll see what kind of theme I can think of for next week. I don't know what it'll be yet, but I'll watch the updates. Maybe, I'll usually try to schedule a stream, and you can see it there. Oh, Matt asked, what genre do I play mostly? I play Demonic Sweaters genre, whatever that is. I don't know. Sorry, I'm not trying to be snarky. It's my genre. That's it. Yeah. The end. Okay. See you guys next week. Have a great week, everybody. Thanks for watching.